Deadline is reporting that a new Star Wars trilogy is on the way, written by Simon Kinberg. Star Wars fans will recognize him as one of the creators, writers, and producers of Star Wars Rebels. He specifically co-wrote two of the series' best episodes, Twilight of the Apprentice and Family Reunion and Farewell. He also wrote X-Men Dark Phoenix and the Josh Trank Fantastic Four movie, but he's produced some big hits as well, like Logan and the Deadpool movies. His Star Wars track record is good. His film track record is a bit of a mixed bag. Anyway, Deadline writer Mike Fleming said he heard these movies would be episodes 10 through 12, but has also heard that disputed. So that's all we know, not much. And I want to point out that this is not an official Lucasfilm announcement, at least at the time of me making this video. I think it's probably true that Kinberg is developing something, but as we know all too well by now, projects can fall through. Kinberg might have had a good pitch for a trilogy, and Lucasfilm gave him the go-ahead to develop the story further. At this point, I'm absolutely not willing to assume these films will definitely happen, especially while we're still waiting to see what happens after The Mandalorian and Grogu. We've got the New Jedi Order, Dawn of the Jedi, the Filoni movie, the Lando movie, and that's not including the projects that seem to have just faded away. So I'm not ready to board the hype train for a new trilogy just yet, but I do want to point out a good takeaway from all of this. Simon Kinberg was hired to develop a trilogy. A common complaint about the sequel trilogy, and it's one I have, is that the story wasn't planned out. Not to say that has to be how it's done. George Lucas didn't have every beat of the originals or prequels mapped out before getting started, but he knew the story and he knew what he wanted to say. There was a singular vision driving those films. The sequel trilogy didn't have that, and in my opinion feels disjointed. So I appreciate that Kinberg could serve as that singular vision for a major story. I also want to talk about whether or not these will be episodes 10, 11, and 12, or something brand new. My hope is for something new. I like that the Skywalker saga has an ending. I'm ready for Star Wars to continue expanding. I would prefer Kinberg write something all his own rather than return to the Skywalker well. Also, I think it would be odd to have a Rey movie as like this in-between film. It's kind of like having the Book of Boba Fett as this necessary interlude in the Mandalorian saga. I guess it's possible they could be adjusting the New Jedi Order movie to kick off a new trilogy, but I kind of think that's unlikely. If this winds up being episodes 10 through 12, and if it happens at all, my hope would be that it jumps way into the future. We could maybe follow the descendants of Rey Skywalker, or maybe it could be about two new characters finding and taking up the lightsabers of Luke and Leia in a time of need. I don't know, but I would prefer new chapters of the Skywalker saga explore something very different from what we've seen before. Let's explore the Skywalker legacy after a significant time jump. But like I said, my hope is that whatever is being developed be a new saga. The Dawn of the Jedi movie is what I'm most excited to see right now because it will be wildly different. Every other planned movie right now is Skywalker saga adjacent, set in or around a very familiar time period. Whatever happens, I have to imagine we won't potentially see anything for a long time. The current slate of films should take us through 2027 or 2028 if everything goes smoothly, so this could be 5 or more years out, and who knows what'll happen in that time. But that's it for today's news. I'm sure we'll discuss it more in this week's Q&A, which we're about to film. I hope everyone is hanging in there. Let me know what you think of this news in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.